the second season was easier because in a sense he opens up a little bit too.
Right.
But the first season was the most miserable time in my life. I mean, it was sort of the greatest time in my life too. But for 6 months,
Your life as opposed to the work, or
both. I mean,
yeah.
and again, it's that thing where I just wanted to work on it so hard.
Yeah.
And I also thought to a certain degree that like I want my audience to feel like I was like, you got a shot at sort of the pro ball here. It's like, why not sacrifice 6 months of your life to have something resonate very deeply, if possible? And so I was down in Atlanta. We went down to Atlanta to shoot it, and I had very little interaction with anyone. I just would sit in my house and be very depressed, and I would rarely go out. I would think a lot about the character. I started to learn the ukulele a little bit, so I would play like weird songs on the ukulele and just sit. And I read a lot, but I would just sit in my house. And I remember being so sad. And I remember when we wrapped, I drove back from Atlanta to New York with my friend, and it was the oddest thing. Like I'm normally a pretty loquacious, kind of fun person, and I got in that car with my friend, and I couldn't even talk. I remember feeling, I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but feeling like you just can't, like the world is at a certain way, and that you're just not gelling with the world.
Sure.
Like this deep insecurity that like nothing I have to say is interesting or important or fun, and I'm making everyone miserable around me. So for like 16 hours from Atlanta up to
a really
New York,
good friend that you.
yeah, he was wonderful. He was like, you don't have to be anything, you don't have to be entertaining. But I remember feeling so that everything that came out of my mouth was strange and awkward. And then we got up to New York, and a couple days later it started to wear off. But it was the darkest time in my life. And so some of that was like the challenges that it's the worst time in your life, but also the joy of like, as a human being, I get to experience consciously, I get to walk into territory. It doesn't just happen. I mean, it happens to me too, where, you get whatever life happens, like you get cancer or like things happen, right? Where tragedy strikes you. But also that consciously I get to walk into tragedy and I get to like live there and see how that feels. So there's a certain joy, a weird, perverse joy that I have just because I'm built like an actor.